Hello, and welcome to the history of the Boston area movie theaters for 1845 to 1909. 1845. The Howard opens on October 13th mostly as a live theater with some movies, until it closed in 1953. It was rebuilt the next year. 1852. The Boston Music Hall opens. 1854. The Boston Theater opens. 1873. The Beethoven Hall opens. It later became the State in 1879, Park and Translux. 1881. The Opera House in Lawrence opens on May 26. 1887. The Opera House in Lowell opens. 1889. The Bijou Dream Theater opened on December 11. The Tremont Temple opens, showing movies around 1910 to 1920. The Lynn Theater opens. 1890 to 1899. 1890. The Brattle Theater in Cambridge opens. 1891. The Palace Theater opens on Memorial Day. The Columbia Theater opens on October 5. 1892. The Bowdoin Square Theater opens on February 15. 1894. The B.F. Keats New Theater opens on March 24. The first purpose-built cinema opens on December 23, the Nickelodeon Musée and Parlor. 1896. Thomas Edison's Vitascope was shown for the first time at B.F. Keats New Theater on May 18. The Savoy Theater in Lowell opens. 1898. The Howard Athenaeum is renamed Old Howard. 1899. The Parlor Theater in Lowell opens. 1900 to 1909. 1900. The Symphony Theater opens on October 15. The Colonial Theater opens on November 20. The New Theater in Lawrence opens. 1901. The Chickering Hall Theater opens on February 8. 1902. The Gormans Theater in Framingham opens. The Savoy in Lowell closes. 1903. The Globe Theater in Boston opens on February 12. The Old Savoy Theater in Lowell reopens as the Castro. 1904. The Pearson's Perfect Pictures in Somerville opens. 1905. The Orpheum Theatre is renamed Empire on February 12. The Auditorium Theatre in Lynn opens on September 15. The Castro in Lowell closes. 1906. The Comique Theatre opens on September 3. Also on September 3, the Empire Theatre is renamed back to Orpheum. The Hathaways Theatre opens in Lowell opens at the site of the old Savoy Theatre. The Parlor Theatre in Lowell is renamed Palace and closed shortly after. 1907. These theaters also opened in 1907. The Gem in Haverhill is renamed Orpheum. The Castro in Lawrence reopens as the Nickel Theatre. 1908. The Olympia Theatre in Lynn opens on January 25. The Pastime Theatre opens on February 1. The Gaiety Theatre opens on November 23. These theaters also opened in 1908. 1909. The Broadway Theatre in Everett opens on February 8. In November, the Boston Opera House opens. These theaters also opened in 1909. The Orpheum became the American Music Hall. Thanks for watching. Remember to like and subscribe.